I have an article here on the debate rages over whether single-speeding Cheeto could destroy a space station.
Well,
sensationalist title.
is it
This is going to be our thumbnail, by the way, for sure. Flying space Cheeto.
I love the way that looks.
It's so stupid. So who would win who would win a fight, the ISS or a single Cheeto puff orbiting Earth? I don't know how this Cheeto got into orbit. I don't know if this is a hypothetical or there's actually a Cheeto.
Oh, I think according to the first paragraph, I think it is a hypothetical.
It's an argument. Yep, there you go. It's an argument that raged online this morning after a Reddit user's 7-year-old daughter asked whether one Cheeto could destroy the ISS in a head-on collision. Thankfully, the overwhelming consensus, even among several self-identified aerospace engineers and one scientist who helped design the ISS, just keeping an eye on Reddit threads, I guess, is that the Cheeto doesn't stand a chance, and that the ISS crew members would be safe.
That makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
it's safe from like other minor space debris. They got like meteor shields or something on a majority of the sections of the ISS. So I feel like a Cheeto is soft enough compared to like what that's designed for, right? Like space shielding.
Well, the ISS gets hit by harder things on a more regular basis than a Cheeto. It survives those.
That's true.
So I think that answers the question pretty.
But
pretty
does
soundly.
it get hit by things going that fast?
Right, that's what I was thinking,
Yeah, well,
right?
they're orbiting the Earth. So.
That's what makes space debris deadly, right? Is the speed it's traveling at, not the size of the object, right? Because like all that, the micro
But
debris.
the mass matters. And a Cheeto doesn't have very much mass.
Whoa.
No,
all
it's definitely
filled
too
with air.
soft. No, there's no way.
Yeah,
to be
that's
fast.
awesome.
No, I'm not arguing for it to stand a chance at putting a hole in the space station. I'm just thinking, like, generally, I think that's the larger threat of stuff's orbiting the Earth, is the speed at which it's traveling and not the size.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting is that.
The speed, not the size.
Well, size does matter. We all know that.
Of course.
But the faster
well,
it goes.
I was thinking like the space debris that hits the space station regularly, it's very small.
Mm-hmm.
Cheetah is probably bigger than that.
That's also true.
So I wonder just how much less dense a Cheeto is than this average super small chunk of space debris. So like, how big would the Cheeto have to be before it actually does do damage to the space station?
Well, this next thing says in the battle ready section, it says anything hurtling towards the space station at 9.3 miles per second poses a risk, even a greasy cheese snack. Space station collisions are real, and the ISS recently had to dodge out of the way of incoming... Wow, I just lost my position, holy Christ. Incoming space junk that ultimately passed within 1.4 kilometers of the station.
I feel like a Cheeto, you wouldn't have that big of a warning.
I wonder what they had to dodge out of the
Even
way
at
of,
that
though.
speed.
They don't
Click on it.
They don't. Wow. All right. International Space Station had to dodge a piece of space junk last night. Maneuvered 3 times to avoid debris. Debris is getting worse. There's a $15 million request for the Office of Space Commerce. 15 mil doesn't sound like a lot in the space industry.
Nah, but I feel like that's still enough to maybe commission like a Starship mission with what NASA's already invested in SpaceX, right? Starship's big enough to just like go up there like a whale and just filter feed, grab debris.
They're talking about like avoiding stuff, but I want to know how big the threat had to be before they cared. I bet
I don't
you
know how they clean it up.
I've seen videos on
probably
YouTube.
not.
I mean, like, the dents that are left on the space station, I mean, you're talking like things that are the size of coins.
Right.
Like, probably. So, I mean, even things as small as that, they don't really dodge out of the way for. I'm not really sure what the threshold is. But I also imagine that they can't detect pieces beyond a certain size, or below a certain size, right? When you're scanning for space debris.
Yeah, it's probably true. But I would assume they can detect debris up to the smallest increment that is potentially threatening to the safety.
Right,
of
you would
the-
think that's what they would design around.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they probably have like some sort of small LiDAR sensors all over the space station. Like a autonomous car would, right?
Well, I think a lot of the debris tracking is done from Earth.
Larger debris, yeah, something avoidable. But all the small stuff, you don't think they get even like a little warning?
Well, I know. Well, I'm not sure. That's a good question. Like, there's that website that tracks.
Sounds legit. Crunching numbers. Whoa.
Ooh.
What
That's trippy.
in the
Zoom
heck
out.
is this No Man's Sky?
That is a satellite, obviously.
No, I'm just kidding. But like, what
It
is
looks
this
crazy.
actually like showing the orbit of every individual thing I'm hovering over? That's kind of nuts.
Are like satellites shown here?
Wait,
like
Titan.
ones that
I don't know what I'm. This is the
These
Earth.
are satellites.
I thought this
Like,
was
mouse over
debris.
each one. Well, it's
Well, they're color coded.
things, they track satellites and debris. So
Oh, they're moving.
So what are the
too.
gray? What are the gray ones?
I don't know. I don't see a legend. Payload.
dang, that's a big.
I don't know what
big orbit.
payload means. Is that like a?
It means it was probably like a satellite in the rocket bearing.
I think it's a nuclear
That was
payload that they
delivered.
just have orbiting the Earth for
For reasons.
atmospheric re-entry, what have will. Although it looks like it would take a month to get back here before it
At will.
detonated.